entire time. And I'm not redoing it. Oh, hang on. Let me just turn this light a little bit. All right, I'm back on YouTube. He is, he's not really phased at the moment, is he? Good boy. Massive thank you, massive shout out to Fusion. But yeah, I'm back on YouTube. Not fully training at the moment. I'm still gonna try and aim for the weekly uploads. Obviously, this intro was a bit exaggerated. Thumbnail, no, I'm joking. And I'll see you in a second. So yeah, I basically haven't been doing too much and I've been doing a lot of rehab. Firstly, I just want to say that the only excuse I had for not uploading this when I wanted to was I was trying to do something on After Effects and it didn't really work. It's this. But I've got a lot to talk about and there's a lot of videos that I want to do coming up. I haven't been training too much, I've barely been swimming as well. But I've basically been doing strength and trying to get my knee right again. What is this dog doing? He's looking at himself in the reflection. I was very confused then. What? Buddy. Bud. Boston has decided to spoil the interview. I have no idea what he's doing. You would have noticed too, he's asked my man I rode like 100 Ks or something on the weekend and I flared my knee up again. I've honestly just been doing a lot of editing work as well, so I haven't been training as much as I'd like to. I've been building my running up though again lately with a little bit of a different running technique. So I'm basically building up my run again and only cycling 30 minutes a week at the moment. All right, I'll catch you after a run. This visor was the only thing I wanted after I finished Ironman. I did get like an Ironman finisher t-shirt and everything, but I wanted this. Don't know why. This is the only thing I like really wanted. I'm gonna tilt this down a little bit actually. I'm gonna go off for a 7K run. This week, I basically built up to 7Ks for 3 times. 2 weeks ago it was 5K 3 times. Last week, 6K 3 times. This week, 7K 3 times. But I wanted to address a few things first. Coming up soon, I'm gonna talk through my full Ironman and show everyone like what went wrong, how we're gonna fix it, and how we're planning to fix it. Let's just say that the nutrition aspect was not the best. I don't know if people see in the comments on my What's Next video, but Precision Hydration reached out and they've basically been helping me figure out what went wrong through that whole Ironman. But yeah, I'm hoping down the line to hopefully do a video with them or hopefully do a video at least explaining everything that went wrong and why everything happened, because there was a lot of things that went wrong, not just in the race. Prior to the race, the nutrition strategy wasn't the best as well. But I have learnt so much from those guys in the span of a week. So that's been absolutely phenomenal. But as I said, we're going for round 2. So we're rehabbing, building up slowly again, and then hopefully getting into it. I will tell you some more news after I come back from a run. So let's go for a run. All right, the run's done. Felt pretty good. The knee's feeling like pretty good. I've changed up my running technique that I'm working on with the physio. But some other news that I was saying is that I've decided to do this Ironman self-coached. I know what you're thinking, it's probably not the smartest move in the world, but I've got a lot of people on my team that if I need to ask questions, I can ask questions to now. And also I don't want to be forking out like $300, $350 every single month till the Ironman, which I do understand the importance of coaches and I think coaches are very important. But that being said, I have decided to self-coach and just use the resources around me for the Ironman coming up. I honestly get the most help out of everyone that I know, which I'm super grateful for. And you know, without you guys supporting me, I would never have got this help as well. That being said, I've decided to self-coach this Ironman, so that'll be also another massive learning curve for me. But it's technically like not really self-coaching when I have a bunch of help along the way. And the team down at Precision Hydration are pretty much taking over my hydration, teaching me everything through it, and doing it properly this time. So that's massive. That's honestly huge for me. They've taught me so much in literally a week that I didn't know for like 7 months. They have literally taught me so much that I wish I knew prior. But as I said, it's just a learning curve and I think it will help out everyone else as well that's following along the journey, the number 2 journey. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting and you know, I'm very thankful for everyone that's supporting me because without your guys' support, I wouldn't be getting the support from other people as well. Another massive positive that came out of the Ironman was the swim. The swim was crazy. I think I did the swim in like 65 minutes. I was stoked with the swim. You can hear me say in my video that like I was 50-50, but what I meant was like I was 50-50 on going quicker because I didn't know where Lockie was for a little bit. So I was like, oh, is he further ahead? So do I catch up? But then luckily I seen him in the corner of my eye and then we just trailed each other all the way back in. But yeah, the swim was great. For my first ever like open water competition swim, I was over the moon with 65 minutes. But yeah, I definitely seated myself wrong. Like I should have seated a bit higher up into zone 1. But yeah, to do 65 minutes in my first swim and not even being able to swim 7 months prior, just insane. So I was over the moon with the swim. But yeah, the Ironman itself gave me so much more confidence. Even though it wasn't how I wanted it to go, it gave me a lot more confidence in other things that I can definitely take moving forward. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to hopefully start getting underway. I've only been doing about 30 minutes cycling a week because cycling is the main thing that flares my knee up. I did do another bike fit post the Ironman with Mitch Anderson to figure out if we can try and help my knee a little bit. You'll notice that I'm still a bit higher and my seat's a little bit high, purely because we're trying to limit the amount of deep knee flexion at the moment. But once my knee starts getting better, the seat will come back down. I'm gonna put the camera back down there and I'm gonna jump back into editing. So another thing now is that I wanted to ask a question. Would you prefer, similar to last time, the weekly video updates? Or would you prefer for me to cover a different topic every week? But if there's anything you want me to cover or talk about in these weekly episodes, drop a comment, let me know. And I'll basically try and talk about the things whilst I'm updating my week. But as far as my days are looking like at the moment, it pretty much revolves around me just sitting here and editing. And that's pretty much what my days are looking like at the moment. I haven't gone back to clinic at the moment and treating. I've just been super busy with editing and all other work I've been doing. And I'm off to go get a coffee. But yeah, the main things for me are going to be 1, getting the knee right, 2, really trying to get my nutrition right and make sure that I don't make the same mistakes that I did in my first Ironman. And 3, I really want to spend a lot more time on making my sessions count and working a bit harder on the bike. I think the bike is definitely my weakest point. However, I think I can do a bit more solid sessions and work on my cycling a lot more. But I've really enjoyed the outdoor riding, so whenever I can, and as long as the knee's going well, I'm gonna try and get outdoors as much as I can this time. I'm off to get a coffee. It would have looked cooler if I reversed out, but the camera's in my door, so I can't do that. All right, actually, I'm back. Sorry. A few people have already asked me, and I thought it's actually a good one to go through on the channel as well. But a lot of people asked on my Instagram when they've seen the new position with Mitch. They asked what these were. Because the frame's a little bit big for me, we have to try and get my arms back a bit more, which you'll see the position here. So they're basically just wedges because I don't really have another system to get them back. So you can sort of see them there. It also meant that I had to cut down the bars again. These bars actually don't come with this cockpit. They don't come with the sync cockpit. I've got the other set of bars that are a lot nicer with this exact cockpit, but basically if I cut them down, they still wouldn't make the distance. So that's why I'm still using these bars. Only reason I want to say that is because a lot of people have asked me what these bars are and the cockpit and everything like that, because it's not a normal Trinity cockpit. Hopefully that clears a bit of things up for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people have asked me about this setup or contraption. Further down the line, maybe like a year or 2 away, I'd love to change the cockpit and actually get something a little bit nicer. But I mean, it's more than what I need for me, because at the end of the day, I'm still a beginner and I'm nowhere near as good as this bike. But I am super comfortable on it. They probably just have to be painted black. But otherwise, that is the cockpit, because I know a lot of people have asked me. So that is basically what I'm running with the bike at the moment. And the other one was the seat has been changed back to the old saddle that I liked. And I find myself a lot more comfortable on this. And it's no longer on a tilt, it's at 0 degrees now. That's all the changes on the bike at the moment. Obviously with the issues that I had in Port Mac and the toolbox and the lid cap popping off, I was actually looking into doing 3D printing and modeling, but I just don't have the time. However, I'll probably look at figuring out a solution with the toolbox and the down tube. I know the guys down at Rad Sport do some, so that's always a possibility, but it's just a bit expensive. But yeah, that's basically the changes made on the bike, just because I know a lot of people are gonna ask me this, so I thought I may as well give a little bit of a rundown into what we changed. And as I said, my major goal is to get a lot better on the bike, not just comfortable wise, but actually pushing myself a lot harder on the bike. So hopefully I can get the knee resolved pretty quickly, or at least I can start hopping on the bike a bit more, and I'd be pretty happy with that. One last thing actually, toe warmers. Amazing, best things to ever exist. I used to get like really cold feet riding for ages. Even in summer, I'd get cold toes. These things, great. That's it, that's all I had to say. Goodbye, I'll see you next week.